Welcome to Kayla's World. I'm Kayla Canoe, author, YouTuber, gamer, and aerialist. And today's video is all about reading the Wheel of Time series part 6. And if you guys couldn't already guess by these beautiful little spiders on my head, today is actually Halloween. I know for most of you, you won't be seeing this video on Halloween, but for my lovely patrons out there, you will be seeing it on Halloween. So happy Halloween, everybody. Anyway, so getting into the book, I actually finished it. I only had like, I don't know, maybe 8 chapters left after the last video, but I finished it. So I got through the last chapters. So if you guys didn't know, as a little bit of a recap, this book was 657 pages long, consisting of 53 chapters, and it took me a good year and a half to finish reading this bad boy. Long time, and the reason that I have been doing these videos is so that I will actually read it, and I did, and I finished it. And if you guys haven't read this book yet, you might want to stop watching this video because we're about to spoil the whole ending. Okay, so the end of the book. Well, basically from the third act to the end was all kind of fast and I don't want to say unexpected, but almost just like things were just happening and like, I don't know, from the start to the book to the end of the book, like I just didn't really know what was going on. Like I knew that they were trying to get to Camelin, and then they got to Camelin. And I'm like, all right, cool, it makes sense. They're all going to meet up in Camelin. And then it was just like, boom. The lady had all the answers. Like, she just magically had all the answers. Moiraine had all the answers and was like, oh, we need to go here because you just now told me you had these dreams that you had, like, months ago. And because you had these dreams, we have to get to the Eye of the World. And the only way to get there is through this place. And so, matter of convenience, we have an Ogier or whatever, and so he can take us through this place that people don't go through so that we can get to where we need to go. It was all very convenient and fast-paced, and, well, not really fast-paced, but it just like, it was like, boom, this is what we need to do, this is what we're gonna do, and they did it, and cool, but like, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, it just kind of happened. It was just like one of those moments where it was like nothing particularly happened to like trigger them to have to go there. It was just like they all got together in Camelin, and then Moiraine had this light bulb idea of, oh, you had a bad dream? We have to go here. So that was a little bit hard to like swallow. Also the like Lan and the Wisdom love interest thing was kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it happened off page, so we didn't really get to see it, and then it was like all of a sudden it was very clear that they were like into each other but like not together for whatever reason, but like it was all like, I felt like them getting acquainted or falling in love with each other or whatever was all off page. And so like when it first came up, I was like, oh, I mean, okay, I get it. They're traveling together, like, things happen, but, like, I didn't really get to see any of that, and I'm like, alright. Sort of random. And then the end happened, and, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, it wasn't, like, predictable. Now, I did go into this already knowing some about the series because of my partner reading it, and, like, I already knew that Rand was the chosen one when they started talking about there being 3 of them and one of them was something blah 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 blah. I already knew that Rand was the chosen one, and I had already suspected that he could use magic because he did that lightning thing that blinded Matt. So like he had already used magic and it had made him sick because, you know, touching magic makes you sick in this world. So, like, that was not unsuspected, but it was also one of those where it was, like, they got to the Eye of the World, they saw the cool green man, he did some cool stuff, and like they had that like puddle or pool of magic. And like, I don't know, I just feel like the finale, like the last scene where Rand is fighting the evil bad guy whose name I can't even remember, because it was like the two bad guys just like show up, and like we don't know who they are or what they are or like any history on them. They're just there and they're bad guys, and like one of them dies, and then the other one is like greedy and wants the magic for himself, so he like is fighting Rand. And like they talk about these like strings of magic that like Rand can see, so like he can see the white strings of magic, which I can only imagine looking something like umbilical cords. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh, he has an umbilical cord that's white that touches the magic and it gives him life, like he's the magic's baby. That's what happened in my mind. I'm like, cool, cool, cool. So they got these umbilical cords of magic, and Rand can somehow see this all of a sudden. And it's like the magic is coming to him and gets in him. And so then the weirdest part is that there's this whole showdown that is like on a different plane of existence or something, because it's like it's not like hands on him fighting that guy. And honestly, I really don't know how that guy is even dead, because like it wasn't clear that like Rand was even fighting him. Like what killed that guy? Because there was no like action to show what killed the bad guy. It was like Rand tapped into the umbilical cord, like it attached itself to him, and then they were like in a dream world or something, and he did all this stuff. And I know like he somehow was like appearing in a different place because there were other people fighting in this like gap or whatever, and so like he appeared in the gap and like with his magic like took out the whole Trolloc horde or whatever, which allowed the human people or whatever to like win that fight. And so like I understood that that happened and that was like real time, but that like he wasn't really there, but like it was a real time action that he did that helped those people. So like that was cool. I got that. But then we go into this what was his dream, where he's in that room with the fireplace and the table and the figurines and what is the Dark Lord or Baalzamam or whatever his name is. And so like now he's in a dream world, an alternate plane, I don't know. And he is fighting with Baalzamam, and he sees that evil Dark Lord has a black umbilical cord attached to him, whereas Rand has a white umbilical cord attached to him. And yeah, so like the whole good versus evil, got it, cool. And then like this guy is like threatening him, trying to get Rand to like take a knee or something, and then like Rand's mother is there, which like I don't know, we don't know anything about her. We're like, okay, that's his mother, is it? I don't know nothing about her. And then I'm also like, we're also in like a dream world, so like is that even really her? Does Rand believe that's her? Like I just feel like at that point it's magic and they're just like showing him whatever they want to show him so that like he'll do what they want him to do. And like he still resisted and like saved his mom, which I don't like, was that even his mom? Like it's not really clear if that was even his mom's soul or spirit or whatever. Like were they in the underworld? Like where the fuck were they? I don't know. They were in a dream. And then what happened? Let me see. So then like he has his magical sword, his sword of light magic or whatever, like glowing bright magic, cuts the black umbilical cord, and the umbilical cord just like rips away from the dark magic dude and like shrivels up and like dies or whatever. And so like the Dark Lord is dead, and like I don't know, maybe that Dark Lord was that bad guy that he was fighting in real life, and that's why the bad guy in real life was dead, because he actually killed him in the dream world or whatever. Maybe that was it, but it was very unclear. It was very much like, and I don't know, maybe it was supposed to like be like misleading in the sense of like, oh, you think he killed the big bad, but like obviously that didn't happen because like there's like so many more books. But I don't know if it was like I was supposed to think that he killed the big bad dude, but then like when he wakes up, the bad dude that was with him on the ledge is dead, and I'm like, well, how did he die? Like, who killed him? Like, I mean, I assume Rand killed him, but like it didn't really show them fighting or battling. Like it showed Rand demolishing the Trollocs. It showed Rand cutting the cord on the Dark Lord, or who I guess looked like the Dark Lord. So maybe that Dark Lord figure was that guy who got killed. But like in the book, the Dark Lord figure was referencing that guy who got killed. So it was very unclear. Like it made it seem like they were two different people, but I don't know. It was unclear. It was all kind of unclear because then after that, like he wins or whatever, and he's alive, and he knows that he is a magic user, and I don't know if at that point he knows that he's the dragon or whatever, but like he knows he's the magic user guy, or that he can use magic, and like he's obviously not happy about it. But what I found kind of weird was that Moiraine told Rand to lie to his friends about being able to use magic. And I'm just like, why? Like, after everything they just went through, and like, Matt's got this dagger, and Perrin's like half wolf, and like, Edwin is a magic user as well, and so is the Wisdom. Like, why the fuck do they care? I mean, like, I guess they would care, but like, why wouldn't he tell them? They're his friends. Like, why do they need to keep it a secret? And she like says it's all about the wheel, and it's like, oh, they'll know when it's their time to know or something. And I'm like, why? Like, why can't they just know now? Because like they can see that the pool of magic is gone because Rand used the pool of magic, which also was very unclear because the way it was described in my mind, it sounded to me like the male and female magic users back in the day created this pure pool of male magic that was untainted, which means that if someone used that untainted magic, they should not be going mad because it's untainted. So if Rand used the untainted magic, and like, did he use it up? Was it just like a one-use thing, or did he like absorb it? And now the magic is just like inside of him. But it sounds to me like he used untainted magic to kill the dark dude. So I don't imagine him going mad, and maybe he won't even have any sickness after that. But yeah, so he's like real freaked out that he can use magic. But like the very end, the very, very end was weird. Like, I don't know, they were talking about going to Tar Valon, and there's like the scene where Rand and Edwin are talking, and Rand decides that he's not going to go to Tar Valon, and he's not going to go home. Because like, which is weird because he originally had made some comment about the people at Tar Valon being able to like, I guess, remove his magic or remove his ability to access magic or whatever at one point, as if that was something that he would want. But then like talking to Edwin, he was like, I can't go to Tar Valon because they'll just want to null me or cull me or whatever. And I can't go home because my family will be at risk of me using magic and going mad. And like, I don't know. But anyway, he decides he's going to go off on his own, and everyone else is basically going to Tar Valon. And that's fine. Whatever. He's saying his goodbyes to his not girlfriend. And the weirdest, most unusual part was, like, Moiraine. Because the very final paragraph is like Moiraine using some kind of stone to listen in on someone's conversation. And it doesn't specify whose conversation she's listening to. And I have to assume it was Rand's conversation with his girl because that was the last thing we saw. But it wasn't clear, and it was like, let me look. Like, it got me, man. This is just, I don't understand what was happening here. What did she say? Oh, so she hears this conversation, doesn't really say whose conversation it is, and she just knows that the prophecies will be fulfilled, and the dragon is reborn. Obviously, Rand is the dragon, and she's working her Aes Sedai magic to make prophecies come true. Don't know whose prophecies they are. Whatever. It was weird. It was kind of a weird ending for me. Like, it wasn't necessarily like a bad ending, but like, I don't know. It was very unclear. And then you get to the end of the book and you're like, what the hell did I just read? I mean, it was alright. Like, it was cool. Like, I liked the writing. I liked the descriptions. I liked the cultures and the world and the characters. But like, I don't know, the overarching plot just seemed kind of random. I mean, maybe not random, but just like, I don't know. I don't know how to put it in words. It was alright. Would I read it again? I don't know. Am I gonna read the next one? I am. I'm gonna keep reading. Mostly just because, like I said, I like the writing. I like the world. It's fantasy. Like, I'm gonna keep reading and see where it goes. Yeah, because I don't know. I like the characters. I'm invested now. I invested a whole year and a half to read this, so now I just have to keep going. But I am going to take a break, so I'm going to read a shorter book in between this, because this coming month is NaNoWriMo. I'm going to read a short book, and then in December I will pick back up and I will start the second book in the Wheel of Time series, and I will come back to doing my updates when I do that. So we are going to have a month off of reading the Wheel of Time. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know what you thought about the Wheel of Time, the Eye of the World. Sorry, the first book, the Eye of the World. What did you think about the Eye of the World? Did you like the ending? Did you agree with me on some of the things seeming a little bit quick and random and unclear? Feel free to share. Share your comments with me. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, you can check out Project Infinity. It is free to read over on Tapas. It is a boy love sci-fi-ish web novel series that I have been publishing for a little while now. If you become a patron, you will actually get early access to those episodes as well as to my weekly YouTube videos, and you also get some exclusive content. You can check that out. Links are below. I am also still doing a giveaway for a free signed art copy of The Reckoning, which is my debut novel, coming out in the spring of 2021. So get excited, it is coming, and if you want to be the first one to get a signed art copy, subscribe to my newsletter below and fill out the giveaway form below. And you can also check out the giveaway video to find out how to get more entries into that giveaway. I will be doing the giveaway live on December 28th. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I love all of the support, and I hope you enjoyed your time here in Kayla's World.